He didn't notice when it began. Maybe it started the day he watched another kid outrun him on the school field, or the day he saw a classmate solve a puzzle faster than him. But somewhere in those early moments, something quietly took root inside him, a restless urge to measure himself against everyone around him. His name was Ethan, a thoughtful boy with a habit of observing too much and believing too little in himself. He lived in a neighborhood where children competed over everything: who could shout the loudest, race the quickest, or finish homework the earliest. He wasn't the slowest, he wasn't the weakest, he wasn't the dullest, but to him, every other child seemed ahead in some way. Someone always looked sharper. Someone always performed better. Someone always appeared more talented. And every day, that belief dug deeper. Every morning on his way to school, he watched a group of kids biking quickly down the street. Their speed made him feel smaller. He had a bike too, but he rode carefully, afraid of falling. The others rode fearlessly. That one difference felt enormous to him. By the time he reached school, he already believed he had lost some invisible race. One day, his class prepared for a drawing competition. The room buzzed with excitement as students sharpened their pencils and tested colors. Ethan had an imaginative mind, but instead of focusing on his idea, he kept looking around. He saw Tyler outlining a landscape, Ava blending colors beautifully, and Liam sketching characters with confident motions. The more he watched others, his hands froze. His own page remained empty while their drawings grew vivid. When the teacher walked by, she placed a gentle hand on his shoulder and asked if he was all right. He nodded, but inside something twisted painfully. He handed in a blank sheet. That night he couldn't sleep. He replayed the scene again and again. Their quick hands, their confident expressions, their finished drawings. He knew he wasn't talentless. He had created impressive drawings before. But the moment he compared himself, his mind shut down, leaving only frustration. Days turned into weeks, and comparing became a habit. During sports, he watched every runner instead of focusing on the track in front of him. During lessons, he kept glancing at how quickly others wrote. During breaks, he measured his jokes, his voice, his ideas against his friends. Even on social media, he compared his life with pictures of strangers he had never met. Eventually, he began avoiding things he once enjoyed. He stopped participating in art events. He stopped trying to run. He stopped sharing ideas in class. He carried a silent, heavy belief that he was falling behind in a race no one else even realized they were running. One afternoon, after another disappointing day, Ethan walked into his grandfather's room. The old man sat near the window, fixing an old radio, humming softly, peaceful as always. Ethan hesitated, then finally let everything spill out. The comparisons, the fear of not being enough, the constant disappointment. His grandfather listened without interrupting, tightening a screw on the radio before setting it aside. Then he said something that stayed with Ethan forever. "Do you know why this radio works?" Ethan frowned, confused. "Because you fixed it?" "No," his grandfather smiled. "Because it does only what it was designed to do. It receives signals. It doesn't try to be a television. It doesn't try to be a phone. It simply accepts what it's meant for and performs." Ethan blinked slowly, unsure where this was going. His grandfather continued.
People forget this simple truth. Each person has their own signal, their own timing, their own purpose. The moment you try to tune in to someone else's frequency, your own gets lost. Ethan sat quietly, absorbing the words. His grandfather leaned closer.
"Listen carefully. Comparison is like noise. Too much of it, and your real voice becomes weak. The question is not who is better, not who is quicker, not who is smarter. The question is, are you improving compared to your yesterday?" The room fell silent for a second. Something inside Ethan shifted. Not completely, not instantly, but enough to loosen the knot he had carried for so long. The next morning, he didn't wake up magically confident, but he tried something small. Instead of watching the kids biking outside, he focused on his own ride. He practiced balancing, steering, braking. Slowly, day by day, he grew steadier. He didn't become the fastest, but he became better than the boy he was the week before. In school, he began drawing again. He stopped glancing at others' papers. He picked colors he liked, not colors someone else used. His drawing wasn't the most impressive one in the room, but it was complete, and it was his. The teacher praised his effort, and for the first time in a long while, he felt proud. Something unexpected started happening. As he stopped looking sideways, his focus sharpened forward. His grades improved, his mood brightened. He felt lighter, freer, almost like he could breathe more deeply. Slowly, he noticed something new. The children he had idolized were also comparing themselves to someone taller, someone faster, someone wealthier, someone more popular. Everyone was carrying their own silent doubts. Everyone was fighting a hidden battle. The race he thought he was losing didn't exist in the way he imagined. One day, during a class activity, Liam, the boy whose drawing skills had once intimidated him, leaned over and whispered, "Your ideas are always unique. I wish I could think like you." Ethan froze, stunned. The very boy he envied wished he had Ethan's imagination. That moment shattered the illusion he had carried for years. He finally understood. Comparison had stolen not only his confidence, but also the chance to appreciate what made him different. The world didn't need him to be faster than others. It needed him to be himself. Ethan started focusing on his own growth, his own pace, his own journey. He didn't become perfect, not even close, but he became consistent. And consistency did something comparison never could. It built confidence, slowly but strongly. Years later, when he looked back, Ethan didn't remember who ran faster or who drew better. He remembered only one thing: the day he stopped measuring his life with someone else's ruler. And if you're listening to this, maybe this message is meant for you too. Maybe you're comparing your progress, your life, your income, your appearance, your dreams to others, forgetting that every person is shaped by experiences you cannot see. If Ethan could stand in front of you right now, he would say just one thing: you deserve the chance to grow at your own pace. Stop looking sideways. Look forward. Your story is waiting for you, not in someone else's timeline, but in your own. And if this message touched your heart, if you felt even a tiny shift inside you, do one thing before you go. Like this video, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs this reminder right now. Because someone out there is comparing themselves too, and your share might change everything for them.